All right, guys, let's do this. What up? It's JoJo on the radio. This is the iHeartRadio Countdown. Jnr Choi. What's up? It's so nice to meet you, man.
You too, man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Here's how it kind of normally, like, I'll be sitting in this room before we do these interviews, and the artist kind of shows up, after or whenever. We never walk in together just for whatever reason. And sure enough, I pull up, and you're getting into the elevator same time as me. And I knew you were going to be this stylish, you do some modeling and all this stuff. A good-looking guy, clearly. But I didn't realize how tall you are, man.
Yeah, man, we are.
What's
giants.
6 foot what?
6'4".
How's it? Is there a make me feel good? Is there a downside to being 6'4"?
Yeah, there is.
Give me one.
When you're at a party, you just see too much.
Really?
Yeah, you're above everyone's head, so it doesn't feel like you're in the jungle.
So you kind of feel like you're missing something, kind of a thing.
I feel like you're in a helicopter and you're seeing everything. You're seeing too much.
I'm gonna try to believe you, although I guess, yeah. Of course, lots to chat about. He grew up, of course, in London. You're born in Gambia, which is West Africa, but the bulk of your life spent in London.
Yeah, right.
And music is just, we'll get to the modeling thing, all that stuff, but the music, man, this thing is taking off for you like crazy.
Yeah, it's going crazy right now, man.
Real quick, that story, I mean, you've told this story probably a handful of times. You're probably going to be sick of telling the story. You FaceTime with some girl, and she said something to you that made you think, all right, I need to try this music thing. Is that even true?
Yeah, no, 100%. She was like, you look like a rapper, you should be a rapper. Those were her exact words.
She said, you look like a rapper.
You should be a rapper. I was like, all right.
And that's kind of where it took off.
I just hung up the phone, put a beat on, got it cracking.
Do you still, is this girl like a friend or just like a random person?
Nah, we don't speak no more.
Really? So
shout out to her though.
Is she? I'm sure she's hearing the story. It's like, dang it, I should have been a manager. All right, we got lots to chat with this guy Jnr Choi. To the Moon has blown up, so a lot of people I assume that you're putting together this body of music now, an album, EP, whatever. Give me what can you tell me? Is that happening?
I'm on the same mission I was already on. I'm just continuing to make music. We make like 2 songs a day. And then we just put them in categories that we need to be put in. And then some stuff's for albums, some stuff's for tapes, some stuff's for singles. And you'll just see it roll out nicely.
2 songs a day. That seems a bit extreme.
Really?
I mean, you're traveling, talking to, goofballs like me. When do you have time to get in the studio and do 2 a day?
Straight after.
So after this, boom,
Pretty
studio.
much, yeah. We do studio every day, every city.
I think I read a story that you said you do, or heard an interview, you do your recording in the evening primarily, something like that? So you have a studio session set today? Yeah,
pretty much every day from like 8:30 until like 4 a.m.
So, and you go in with do you go in with an idea, or you just start brainstorming when you get in there?
No ideas. As soon as we start hearing some stuff, we just go with what feels right all the time. It's always what feels right. So we just play a load of beats or have a producer in and we just make something that feels right and then go just cracking.
And you go till you're done, like till 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 in the morning, whatever it is?
Literally about 2, 3. When everyone starts to look really like, all right, cool, let's go to bed.
Yeah, it's time to get out of here.
It's time to go.
To the Moon, you recorded this track. This can't be right. In 20 minutes? That's not...
Yeah, about 15.
Shut the heck, what? I mean, clearly, there's more to that story, right? I mean, there's 15 minutes and this biggest song in the...
Yeah, that's how it happens. I mean, you hear the story of people, they always say like, stuff that they'll never expect that just takes them to where they need to be, but yeah. I mean, I guess all the 10,000 hours made that 15 minutes.
That's true. I have heard that a lot. The songs that take forever, generally, not all the time, but generally, it's kind of like pushing a rock up a hill. It just doesn't work for some reason. Yeah. The ones that kind of seem like they came from above, just boom, here's a gift. That's the ones that really... Yeah.
I mean, all the other songs that are made around it kind of like add to that,
Right.
They build a style, they make it easier than that. Like, someone else couldn't have done that in 15 minutes,
What's that story about you... You gave this track. This is before you uploaded to TikTok or whatever. Right. You gave this track to a friend of yours, DJ in London. Yeah. And he played it for the crowd. And then he called you and says, "Dude, you got to come see it." What's that thing?
So he's my DJ. His name's Kid Flo, and he DJs at all of the major clubs in London. All the, I don't know, he'll be like the Poppies and stuff like that. And he's my personal DJ. So whenever we were running around doing sets, he would do my set, and so he had all my tracks and he had all the masters and everything. So we were like running around London, doing like gathering people together and performing like the teaser for the new tape and stuff like that. And he just decided to tease To the Moon at one of his sets in one of the clubs. And then he literally texted me, he was like, "Bro, this is crazy. Like, you need to come and see this one. This is wild. This is a different reaction." So yeah, the next day we came in, just come into the club now, just same vibes, and it comes to like 1 a.m. and he plays the track, and everyone in the room just stops, like just the whole energy shifted, and then like they started singing along to the sample, and then the beat dropped, and like everyone started running up to the DJ booth. Like I had like 4 or 5 people run up to the DJ booth with Shazam in their phone. Like, yo, what song is this? What song is this? And I was like, yeah, it's me.
Dude, that's crazy. To see that, I mean, when he first told you that, like, dude, you got to see this.
Yeah.
I mean, people tend to hype things up.
You're
Like,
right.
yeah, come see this. And it's not really as, but you see these, random people,
Right.
the crowd stops and just rush trying to Shazam. You're like, what?
All right. I thought he was just trying to drive me back to the club again. But, he was really being serious.
And is that kind of when you knew? Not, you knew the song was good, obviously, but is that when you knew, like, dude, this is serious?
And you had to drop it like there and then. So like we just got it submitted like at the end of the week.
Shortly after that, you uploaded it to TikTok. And to my understanding, you got some great stories, man. You uploaded to TikTok, you know, and then you take a nap.
Yeah.
And then what? Yeah, that's kind of the story.
That's why my life's a movie.
And then I took a nap.
I literally put it. I pressed like post, and then I took a nap. I woke up, and there was like 20,000 views, and it was like comments like, "Yo, where's the rest? Like, what's this? What's this? What's that?" And I was like, "Oh snap! Like, this is different." And I didn't use TikTok pre that. I had like 30 followers on there, so I wasn't even using it like that. And then I woke up, saw that my notifications blowing up. I was like, "Oh whoa, let me tap in. What's going on here?" And then we just got some more snippets out. And got the song ready.
Dude, that's nuts. Now, was the song completed at that point, or just a quick 30, 20 seconds?
It was done. Yeah.
I've come across some artists that, this relatively new thing, they'll record just 20, 30 seconds, upload, good reaction, we'll finish it. No reaction,
really?
Dump it.
That's interesting.
But, God, that's just, and this was all like, the total lifespan of this, writing the song, recording, DJ in London, TikTok. Was this like 3 months, 2 months, 6 months?
or so? Yeah. So in August, I made the song. In November is when it was like, yo, you need to release this. And then literally like a week later was the TikTok. And then, just started getting cracking from there. And then,
And sometimes life happens fast,
quick.
doesn't it, right?
Real quick.
Are we doing tour talks happening, live show dates? Are anything in the works as far as you running around doing? I know you did the a Met Gala after party. You went on stage with St. John. That's probably another story altogether. But are we into tour talks at this point?
Not just yet. We're into a lot. We're basically gonna just execute a beautiful display of lovely music, and then be able to perform it live the way we need to.
So I'm guessing, if I had to predict, this is just me. Tell me if I'm wrong. End of this year, early 23. I mean, you're going to be all over the world.
We've got some stuff in Tokyo. We've got some stuff in Australia. So we've got a few festivals and stuff coming up. But that's going to be a couple singles and whatnot. But like by the end of this year, we're going to have enough singles out and like enough body of work to be like, all right, cool. Let's showcase this in the way we want to showcase it next year.
I bet your passport is just thick.
Stamped up.
Oh my God. Weirdest place you've been asked for a selfie? Your fan base has grown. Going to get crazier by the day.
The weirdest place was probably like the queue of the airport. So it was in Dubai, and I was late for my flight, and then there was just one guy who was like, "Yo, yeah, just give me some bread," and I'm like, "I'll skip the queue for you." I was like, "All right, cool." So like, like when I say late, I mean like I need to catch this flight, and the queue is crazy. So he's like, "Yeah, come, follow me." He's taking me like to like the bathroom.
So he works at the airport.
He works at the airport. He takes me to the bathroom now. And he's like, "Yeah, cool, like, give me some money." I'm giving him like 50. I'm giving him like 50, and he's like, "Nah, come on." He's like, "Yo, some more.
Dude.
I trust. I gave him another 50. He's like, "All right, cool, follow me." So we leave now. We go straight to the front of the queue. He's like, "All right, cool, you're good. And he goes, "Can I take a selfie?" I was like, "What?" So
like after I just paid you all this
money. This whole time you even know who I was. I didn't even realize he knew who I was. Like, I thought I just finessed it.
That's funny, dude.
That was the funniest one.
Were you hesitant? Like, I shouldn't even give you a pic after I paid you the money.
Facts. Lord. Just give my money back.
Let's do this track, man. To the Moon. We've talked quite a bit about it, leading up to this. What else do people need to know about this track?
Just enjoy it, It's not...
this is a life. I mean, I'm sure you've seen all the stuff on TikTok, all the,
Yeah.
Got to be a rush to see strangers all over the planet just, doing this and doing that.
No, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful sight.
Jnr Choi, two-part question. What is the best performance you've ever done? Almost perfection. And then the complete flip of that, what do you consider your worst? I mean, it was complete disaster.
Ooh, okay. The best was probably O2, and then the worst was probably...
What happened in the O2 that was so good? Just everything seemed to click?
No, so it was the first time my mum and my little brother have ever seen me perform, and it was in front of 20,000 people.
Oh, dude.
So yeah, out of all the times I performed, that was like the first time them seeing me, and it was like in the crowd. They were in the crowd. It was a moment for them.
What's that like, having 20,000 whatever plus people basically in the palm of your hand?
Intense. There's a lot of energy in the room, that's for sure.
And the complete flip of that, worst.
Flip.
Everything went straight to hell.
Yeah, that was one we did in London. Where was it? It was just like some basement, like underneath Shoreditch House or some stuff. And the organizer just didn't pan it right, so the speakers were like not it. Like just like the mic was like bugging. It was wired. Like it was just too much. Like even the setup, there was no like stage. It was just like it was just too much. It was just too many things going wrong.
When you walk into a place like that, you know, and you see, you can kind of tell, like, man, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah, like you always have to make the most of everything in it. But that one was like, I'm going home.
And the crowd looks at you like it's your fault.
Nah, there was vibes in. There was vibes in. Who was making it work? But yeah, on like a spec thing, nah.
Right.
And like what we was dealing with, it was like we're not doing that again.
Of course, this track "To the Moon" basically blew up on you.
Mm.
Then you signed a deal with Epic Records.
Right.
That's a big deal in an artist, you know, life, is signing the deal. Walk me through that moment. Like, really get specific. That room. Who was in the room? Was it an actual pen and paper that you signed? Like, what was that moment like? Because a lot of people dream about that.
All right. So the process was beautiful because we got to like really meet the whole team. It was all done through Zoom because we were still in the UK at this point.
Oh, right.
So we had like a few meetings. It was like we got to meet the whole team. We got to really like fall in love with the people that were about to work with us. And they reassured us that, you know, we're doing what we're doing right now. And then the signing process, it was funny. I was actually on the way to a club. I was in the Uber. And I was like, boys, like, the contract just came through. Should I sign it in the Uber? So literally signed it in the Uber and just got lit. And then flew to Miami like the next day.
So there was no actual paper, just the digital, just hit the button. Normally they have like a, you know, bottle of champagne in there and all this stuff, man. But
we can go do that.
You don't know this about me. We just met. But I am obsessed with the paranormal, ghost, UFOs, everything in between. I've got a podcast called Paranormalish. Yeah, you might say I'm off the deep end. It's been, and I've been like this since I was a kid.
Oh, that's fine.
Have you ever had a paranormal encounter? And the reason I ask, well, you specifically, first of all, artists tour a lot, see a lot of hotels. A lot of hotels have a backstory and history. You being, you know, living in London. Man, the history in London, it's just like, for example, we're in LA right now. We make a big deal. This house, we filmed a movie here in 1948. Wow. You know, in London, this building, Jesus walked here. It's like old history.
Old, yeah.
So I'm really curious if you've had some sort of a paranormal encounter. If not, that's okay.
Briefly, yeah, but like nothing I've really like gotten into, you know, because I'm the same, like it's definitely a real thing. So it's a real thing, but I don't really like dabble into it, if that makes sense.
Right.
It's like, yeah, that's all around us.
Okay, then I'm going to ask you a favor. And keep in mind, pretty much everybody's told me no. So I'm expecting a no from you. But when you start booking these tours, well, you're running around doing these hotels and all this. You're all over the place right now. Some of these hotels have a history of being haunted. At one of them, whichever one it is, you pick, request the haunted room. Stay there for the night and tell me what happens if you survive.
Wait, you can go and pick a haunted room.
Oh, just stay in the haunted room. This is the part where you tell me no.
Absolutely not.
Before music, of course, the modeling thing. You were modeling. I mean, the story. Here's another story that you've got.
We got bad stories.
Yeah,
man.
you got great stories. I love them. You're working.
I just realized.
Yeah, you're working in. I forget what store.
Top Man.
Top Man. Yeah. I've never bought anything from Top Man. Maybe I should. Although I'm too short, probably. But you're working, and this random stranger approaches you and says, "Hey, in a nutshell, good looking dude, come work for my mod." Yeah, what's that story?
Yeah, it was just like it's funny because I was actually late for work that day. I was actually not meant to go in because when you're like so late, you just might as well skip the day.
Right.
I was like that kind of late,
it
was like an hour and a half journey, but just got out of bed, made it happen, and now I'm like, I'm at the front. I'm just like folding jeans or whatever, and this lady, it was like an older lady and a younger lady. So it looked like someone's mum and like their daughter. And they were like talking and whispering and looking at me. I'm like, is she telling her daughter to like talk to me? I was like, nah, surely not. Like, that's wild. And then she starts walking towards me. I was like, wait, what's going on here? And then she comes up, she's like, yo, what's good? And like, la la la. Would you be interested in modeling? Have you ever been interested in modeling? And I was like, like it's been in my mind for the last few whatever. So yeah, like I'm interested. She's like, cool, come into the office tomorrow. I did so. And then, yeah, she signed the contract, got started. Like, I had, like, castings the next day for Top Man, which is another plot twist. It was, like, a full circle moment right there. And then, yeah, just got into it and, like, really quite excelled at it. You know, we've done a lot. We've done some campaigns. We've done runway stuff, commercial, high-end. Like, we've done pretty much all around the board.
And it all started with this random lady. Did you think at first, like, this is shady. Something's up. Yeah, like, because, you know, that happens a lot in LA, yeah. But I think most people think, like, oh, man, who is this?
Yeah, like,
a bunch of nonsense, you know?
Yeah, but I was excited, though. I was like, yeah, cool, this is a moment because I did kind of manifest that. I was like, okay, this is what I've been working towards.
And you quit the job at the store the following day, like, boom, done.
Boom, I'm out. Ain't look back.
You've been, you know, working, you know, touring around, working a lot, you know, guest features, this and that, whatever. Have you met a lot of people? Have you ever been starstruck?
I don't think I have yet, you know.
Who would you be starstruck? Like some XYZ walks in the door. Who do you think would have that impact on you?
I don't know. They'd have to be taller than me.
Not many people taller than you.
Because it's different when you meet someone that you've seen on TV. And
they're like, so short.
And then you're like, I'm taller than you.
It's you know, I'll be honest with you. When I met you, like I said at the top of the countdown, we jumped in an elevator, you and I and your crew. Your whole crew's tall.
Yeah, we're all tall, so it's like, yeah.
And you're not even the tallest one in your crew.
I'm not. It's crazy.
You're 6'4", and your buddy is he's how tall? 6'7"?
Yeah, he's like 6'7".
Dude, I mean, I love you, but I hate you. It's just not even fair, man. Your family, your friends, that inner circle, and your life is moving fast right now. But the people that have been with you, like the ones you grew up with, you're tight. You know, what's their reaction to all this early success you're having? I mean, it's got to be, that's wild, you know.
Yeah, I mean, for the closest people to me, family, friends and stuff, they kind of always like seen how hard I worked. Like I was kind of like nothing in terms of like the work rate, nothing's really changed, and we've been working overtime like, for like the last 4 years. So it was almost like a matter of time situation. But now it's like, yeah, it's quite a relief to be like, all right, cool, you know, the hard work is paying off. It's not over yet, but like the hard work's paying off, and we can really see it being like materialized, like from a dream to reality.
Yeah, it's just getting started for you. For real. What same question to you? What's your reaction to all this going on?
My reaction was like, okay, cool, like this is gonna be interesting. I'm like observing like what's gonna switch up, and it's just like, whoa, okay, cool. It's just very fast paced. And
you've said this a couple times throughout the countdown, manifesting things. I'm a big believer in that. What's your thoughts on just talking something into existence?
Yeah, it's everything. Not even just talking. You gotta move. You gotta move like it as well. You gotta be part of your behavior.
Quick recap, To the Moon, obviously. It is out. If you're not on this track, I don't know what you're doing. More music, maybe an album later this year, early next, whatever. Basically, a lot of music coming out. A lot of music. You'll be doing tours and all that. People are going to ask me about tours. I guess what I'm going to say to them is, yes, I don't know when, but a lot of tour dates, everything's coming up.
Next year, it will be nice. You'll have enough time to really get into it.
It's a pleasure to meet you, man.
No, you too, man. I appreciate it.
Sure. Absolutely. At the end of every interview, fist bump to make it official. Give me a little bam.
Let's go.